Down to the wire. The Cowboys are the team to watch. In their last 11 games, they have been decided by 4 points or fewer, but I have to wonder, John, whether that pattern's going to continue today.
Well, you kidding me? These are the cardiac Cowboys. Every game goes down to the wire. But if you're the Cowboys, it's time to make your move right now. You want to compete for this division, you got to make your move. And to do that, you got to rely on your best players. And without question, the best player on this football team is DeMarco Murray. In my mind, if you had an MVP right now, you'd have co-MVPs, Aaron Rodgers from the Packers and DeMarco Murray. He's that good. You'll see him all over the field. But we all know, as goes Tony Romo, so go the Cowboys. And Tony Romo's season's been up, it's been down. It ended last week in New England with them handing the ball off 3 times, giving the ball back to Tom Brady and getting beat. It's time for Tony Romo to get that psyche healthy. He's got an opportunity today.
And of course, an opportunity against a winless Rams team 0-5, and Sam Bradford with a high ankle sprain will not start. So A.J. Feely, a veteran, gets the nod. What does that all mean for the Rams?
Well, A.J. Feely's been here before. He's an 11-year vet. He's done this before. 4-1 in 2002 with Steve Spagnuolo in Philly in place of Donovan McNabb. Now, Steven Jackson's going to get a big workload. The Cowboys know that, though. And so if you're the Rams, your new acquisition, Brandon Lloyd, you got to take advantage of him outside if they try to sell out to stop Steven Jackson.
So it's been a roller coaster season for Romo, and Ware is getting praise all over the place. Bill Belichick's put him in the same class as Lawrence Taylor, which is really saying a mouthful. And the Rams winning the toss will get the ball. Dan Bailey gets this game underway, and Quinn Porter will run it out from 3 yards in the end zone for the Rams, and he returns it close to the 25-yard line. So A.J. Feely, an 11-year veteran, and last played, you mentioned, 4 years ago with the Philadelphia Eagles. And back in 2002 had a very impressive finish at 4-1 with the Eagles. But he has to lead his team today. And you're absolutely right as far as Brandon Lloyd, maybe the best receiver they've had in the last couple of years. First down on the 24. Steven Jackson on the first play of the game. And Jackson will get about a yard. Take a look at the Rams offense. And they are last in the league in scoring, averaging just under 10 points a game. Lloyd and Jackson hope to change that.
And this is where their struggles have really started up front. A lot of resources, high draft choices, high price free agents. It hasn't paid dividends as of yet. Needs to today.
2nd and 9, and here's Jackson, and Jackson gets about 2.5 yards, tackled by Marcus Spears. Taking a look at the Cowboys defense, #1 against the rush. And of course, the key man DeMarco Murray, and also where he lines up from play to play.
He'll line up all over, as will Sean Lee. Sean Lee's having an outstanding season, leads the NFL in takeaways. In the back end, they're solid, but we'll see a lot of players. Everybody on our depth chart will play on this defense for the Dallas Cowboys.
3rd down and 7, and the quick pass to Greg Salas, and he'll pick up the first down for the Rams to the 39-yard line. Salas, rookie from Hawaii, picks up 12.
Well, Salas led them in receiving last week. You're going to see him lined up in a tight bunch. We're going to throw a quick screen and let him use his legs. Kind of replace Danny Amendola, the great slot receiver for the St. Louis Rams, who was injured in week 1. This guy's got some promise. They're very high on him.
And Denario Alexander with a good block. Wide receivers who block are valuable. Here's a first down, and Jackson is hit, will lose yardage on the play. And it'll be a loss of 3. Jay Ratliff was the first man in.
If you're #1 in the National Football League and up front in the NFL, your guys up front are doing their job. And watch Jay Ratliff going against a good center and Jason Brown. That's winning the line of scrimmage and then finishing on top of it. Outstanding play by Jay Ratliff.
So this is a game in which the Rams, who are near the bottom in rushing offense against the best team in the league and stopping it. 2nd down and 13, but they'll run it to Jackson again. And Jackson can't get by Keith Brooking, and he gets 3 of those yards back, bringing up 3rd down.
Well, you just spoke of it. Rush offense, 23rd in the NFL for the St. Louis Rams. Now, I will say that Steven Jackson hasn't been healthy. Hurt himself in the very first carry of the season. Talked to the running back coach, Sylvester Poon down on the field before the game. He said this is the first game. Last week was the first game that Steven was completely healthy. We're excited to have him back and ready.
Had a quad injury in week 1 after a long touchdown scare. 3rd down and 10, and Feely's pass is thrown behind Alexander, incomplete. So 4th down coming up, and the Rams, after getting a 1st down, will have to kick. That's Rob Ryan, who's the personality, and we can say that and underscore that for the Dallas defense.
Well, we do a lot of these production meetings, and what a treat it was to go in there. Rob Ryan, a guy who's passionate about the game of football, really has his group playing good football for the Dallas Cowboys.
Donnie Jones will kick it away, and Des Bryant is back deep. He'll call for the fair catch, the big bounce, and it will take a St. Louis bounce indeed, and will get inside the 5. So that'll work for the Rams. Donnie Jones with a punt of 59 yards. And so the Cowboys will start from the 4. Tony Romo. He's pulled out victories at the end, John, and he has lost some games that you thought the Cowboys were going to win. How do you figure Romo here?
Well, you know, I watch him on film. He does so many good things, and I think that's the tough deal. You see the good. He can be magnificent. Has a lot of Aaron Rodgers in him, but he's had some tough finishes to games. Detroit, the New York Jets game, and that would make any quarterback skittish. An opportunity, as I said in the open, for him to get healthy, get his psyche right today.
They haven't run the ball much. 1st and 10. And the handoff is to Shard Choice, who dives forward, will be short by a couple of yards. Quentin Michael making the tackle and a gain of 7. Felix Jones with a high ankle sprain is out of there, and Choice, who starts, will share the running back duties with impressive rookie DeMarco Murray.
Well, Jason Witten is really the security blanket for Tony Romo. Those two are in sync. They've had their own offensive line struggles up front. They've been going through a transformation with this offensive line from the traditional Dallas Cowboys, huge and massive up front, to a smaller group.
2nd down and 3, and that may be the reason why they don't run so well. Here is Romo getting some time, and the pass is caught by Witten. He'll be short of the 1st down by a yard, and a good play by James Laurinaitis, the middle linebacker. Let's take a look at the Rams defensively, and they were a little bit out of character against the Packers last week, weren't they?
Well, they've been out of character because they've been so injured. 7 cornerbacks no longer with the team that started on week 1. Hard to pressure when you don't have the guys in the back end. Darian Stewart playing really well for these guys, but the corners are where they struggle.
You know how often we say that yellow line is unofficial and it's not down on the field? Well, we saw a yard shy. It is a 1st down for the Cowboys. So it's a 1st and 10 at the 13. Romo tries for the screen, and that could have been a dangerous play, as Shard Choice on the screen, and there was a Ram defender, Justin Bannon, right in his face. Flag is down. Our first penalty of the game. Alberto Riveron, the referee.
Holding, number 51, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. There is no foul for pass interference. However, defense may not hold the player behind the line of scrimmage. That's why it is holding. So it is 5 yards, automatic 1st down.
So that was on Brady Papinga, the strong side linebacker, and it'll be a 1st down, and they'll move it out to the 18.
That actually, I think Alberto Riveron misidentified Brady Papinga. It was Justin Bannon, 95, that tackled Choice in the backfield.
It's early. 1st down from the 18, and here's Choice. Flag is down. Shard Choice is knocked out of bounds close to the 1st down by Quentin Michael, the free safety, by the penalty marker thrown at about the line of scrimmage.
That's in the area of an offensive hold on the edge.
Holding, number 24, offense. 10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Breaking up is his microphone, but Tony Fiammetta was holding nonetheless.
And you watch Tony Fiammetta, the fullback. He's going to get a handful of James Laurinaitis. Referees right on the call, and they got that one right.
So now DeMarco Murray, the third-round draft pick out of Oklahoma and highly touted by the Cowboys, has come in at running back, and Choice and Murray will divide those duties with Felix Jones out. First down and 19, the ball placed back at the 9. Half the distance on that penalty. Romo on a delay, hands off to Murray, DeMarco Murray. Going all the way for the touchdown. 91 yards for the score.
That's going to have Jason Garrett and all Cowboys fans smiling, because that's really what's been ailing this team. The inability to run the football. We talked about the offensive line moves. They've got a new young offensive line. They're 27th in the league coming into today and running the football. DeMarco Murray provided a spark last week, continues it here today.
And Dan Bailey is on for the extra point for the Cowboys, and the kick is good. So the Dallas Cowboys on a 91-yard run by DeMarco Murray take a 7-0 lead.
Look at the subtleties of Tony Romo's play. Here's what he does really well. He sells pass here. It looks like pass all the way. That freezes the linebackers. Good block by 24, the fullback Tony Fiametta. And DeMarco Murray does the rest of the work, making Quentin Michael, the safety, beat. Then he uses that speed to go all the way to the end zone. Great play and execution by the Dallas Cowboys.
And that's the longest play from scrimmage of the season for the Cowboys. And there is the fake on Quentin Michael. And Jason Garrett loves what he sees. And the Cowboys, who are hemmed in their own territory, break free and take the lead.
Jason Garrett really preached, as I said, all the things that this team's been struggling with. Red zone offense, third down offense. He says they can all be fixed if we can run the ball effectively. Good start for the Cowboys.
It is the second longest run by a Cowboy. Tony Dorsett's NFL record 99-yard run was the only one that was longer. That was on January 3rd, 1983. So Quinn Porter going back deep, and Bailey again kicks it deep this time. And the Rams will take it out to the 20. So the St. Louis Rams find themselves in an early hole, down 7-0 to the Cowboys. We'll be right back.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
And welcome back to Cowboys Stadium. And after the touchdown, Jason Garrett, who was not pitching tonight in Game 4 between the Cardinals and the Rangers, has his lucky World Series baseball, goes right back in the pocket. Rams trailing by 7, starting out from the 20. A.J. Feely. Feely completes the pass for a first down out to the 32 to Brandon Lloyd. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee for a game break.
Well, a lot like your game, a big play in the early going, at least, for Christian Ponder. His first pass as a starter, he hooks up with Michael Jenkins. Jenkins down to the 1-yard line. Ponder then threw a touchdown pass, his first as a pro, and Minnesota leads Green Bay 7-0, Dick and John.
All right, so Green Bay 6-0, and the Lions lose for the second straight week. Meanwhile, first down, and the handoff, a flag is down. And we saw one of the Cowboys move, and let's see whether he was drawn off.
Offside, number 94, defense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
That's on DeMarcus Ware. Couldn't wait to get in there.
Now I go bragging on DeMarcus as being the MVP of the league thus far, and he's got to go jump offside on the second series. But he can get away with that because this guy, he's so fun to watch, Dick. And Rob Ryan's defense, we've always known him as a great pass rusher. He's doing a little bit of everything in this. You'll see him rush the passer from the right, from the left. You'll see him play the run, and you'll see him in coverage. It's fun to watch this guy.
And you know what? He has plenty of time to redeem himself.
That's right.
First down and 5. And we'll have a stoppage of play and another flag and a delay of the game call.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Now remember, A.J. Feely has played in the West Coast system throughout his entire career. Josh McDaniels, the new offensive coordinator for the St. Louis Rams, completely different system. So A.J., as excited as he was, told us this is a work in progress. I'm learning this system myself. You do a lot of changing plays at the line of scrimmage in this offense. It caught him on that delay of game.
So they lose the 5 yards they gained on that defensive penalty. So 1st and 10. Going underneath, the completed pass to Billy Badgema, the tight end, short of 2 yards, picking up 8 yards with Brady James making the tackle.
Now A.J. told us the biggest differences in this offense from the one he's used to. Obviously the terminology, but it's the timing. The West Coast system, you get the ball out of your hand as quickly as possible. This one a little more vertical down the field. You got to hold the football. Thus the 22 sacks that the Rams have given up this year, most in the league.
There is the fake end around, the handoff to Steven Jackson, who has not been able to get untracked. Abraham Elam and Gerald Sensabaugh come in, and a loss of 1.
Well, when we talked to Rob Ryan, his #1 priority, he didn't want to hear about quarterbacks. He wanted to stop or corral Steven Jackson, as he said. Abel doing a great job getting in the backfield, taking the fight to him. Steven Jackson, it's going to take all 8 guys to stop him. Now, if they're going to do that, you got to take advantage of Brandon Lloyd outside.
They want to put the burden back on the quarterback by concentrating on Jackson. So it'll be 3rd down and 3. And this time they fake the end around, and the pass caught in stride by Badgema, who gets into Cowboy territory, and a 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Elam, the strong safety on the tackle, so Feely moving the Rams.
Well, a really nice design of the play. Brandon Lloyd, the new wide receiver, you fake a little reverse to him, you move A.J. Feely, get him away from the pressure. And Billy Badgema with the big 3rd down conversion. Nice design and execution by Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, and A.J. Feely, the quarterback of the St. Louis Rams.
That's why I think Lloyd could really help them with the deep play, so they can go underneath. 1st down and 10, and here is Jackson. And Jackson still unable to break away. Josh Brent stops him for a gain of 1. Jackson gaining 160 yards the last time these teams played. And with 6 minutes to go in the 1st quarter, Cowboys in front 7-0, and 2nd down coming up. So Jackson has carried 6 times, but you got to keep feeding him.
You got to keep feeding him. He's a guy who can break it anytime. But I'd say if you're Rob Ryan, you got to feel pretty good. That's corralling him. That's not only corralling him, that's stopping him.
2nd down and 9. And again, here's Jackson. And Jackson runs it out inside the 45, picking up 4.
And that's a good play for the St. Louis Rams offense. You get back half the yards, you put yourself in a manageable 3rd down and 5 situation. A lot more plays on that playbook, on that play sheet, than a 3rd and 10 for Josh McDaniels and for A.J. Feely.
Rams are 0-5 on the year, and have actually dropped 6 straight dating back to last season. 3rd down and 5. Feely getting the rush, and he flips it off to Jackson, and Jackson is stopped. Back at the line of scrimmage, the original one at the 49 by Orlando Scandrick, who has played outstanding football. A loss of 4, and the Rams will punt.
But it's Jay Ratliff again who gets in the backfield, forces A.J. Feely to make the quick throw, and Scandrick, who played outstanding last week, holding Wes Welker to only 6 catches, his season low. Scandrick, a really good player in the nickel, makes the big tackle on Steven Jackson.
So Donnie Jones, whose last punt went 59 yards to inside the 5. But the Cowboys had the big scoring run. Des Bryant will see it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. 4:11 remaining. Steven Jackson hasn't done much yet. Cowboys in front, 7-0.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go.
Likely won't ever see this again. 2 players in uniform playing in the World Series, handling the coin toss. Josh Hamilton of the Rangers and Lance Berkman of the Cardinals. And by the way, Lance Berkman has a connection to football. His father-in-law, Johnny Baker, was a linebacker and a tight end with the Houston Oilers in the 60s. So they had to enjoy coming over here. Not a long ride from the Rangers ballpark. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Tony Romo's first pass, and it's completed for about 8 yards to Laurent Robinson, the former Ram, by the way, and a pickup of 8 yards.
And Tony Romo was thrilled this week because he told us, for the first time, I got all my receivers back and healthy. Miles Austin, Des Bryant, Laurent Robinson, Jason Witten. I've got all those guys together, and that's a tough group to stop. Laurent Robinson got some time in the absence of Des Bryant and Miles Austin. A valuable cog to this offense.
Here's DeMarco Murray, and the Rams are ready for him, led by Popinga and Laurinaitis, the 2 linebackers. Murray, of course, with the 91-yard touchdown run. 2nd longest in Cowboys history and the longest run in the NFL this season to give Dallas the lead. So it's 3rd and short coming up for the Cowboys with under 3.5 to go in the first.
Right here. Ram. Hey, Boston.
Romo gets time, and the pass incomplete. Murray hit by Robbins, and so 4th down will coming up, and time for a game break. Here's Kurt Menefee.
Miami led Denver 15-0 with less than 3 minutes to go at home, but Matt Prater's 52-yarder in overtime won it for the Broncos. 18-15 the final, but the real story, Dick and John, Tim Tebow threw 2 touchdown passes and ran in a 2-point conversion, all in the final 3 minutes to send it to overtime.
Well, what took him so long, Kurt? Matt McBride punting to Austin Pettis, but the kick goes out of bounds. How about that late magic by Tebow?
It's Tim Tebow. Not always pretty, but the guy knows how to get it done.
Kilgore Rangerettes never change. There the total yards. Remember, 91 for Dallas's 110 came on 1 play. And A.J. Feely has completed 5 of 6 for 40 yards. As Sam Bradford really disappointing in not getting a chance today. This is close to a homecoming as he'll get growing up in Oklahoma City. 1st down on the 36. And the pass deflected by DeMarcus Ware. Incomplete, and a penalty flag down.
One thing A.J. Feely's doing a nice job early is changing up the snap count. He's got the Cowboys one time. I think he got him here.
Defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
Sure did. So Kenyon Coleman, the left end, apparently was the one who jumped.
When you're a veteran, you've played in this league for 11 years. Those are the little things that can help put a chill on a guy like DeMarcus Ware, on a defensive line like the Cowboys present.
Get a little skittish. 1st down and 5. And here's Steven Jackson, head down, but nowhere to go up the middle. Picks up 1 yard. Runs right into the middle of the line, and Brady James, the middle linebacker. Jackson has carried 8 times for 8 yards. And gets a little bump as he goes back to his huddle.
And it's tough sledding right now for Steven Jackson. You look at the yards, 1, 2, -3, 3, -1. Now, I agree you got to continue running it, but A.J. Feely said we're going to take our shots in this game. They got to be coming soon because Dallas is selling out to stop Steven Jackson one-on-ones outside.
But you got to still show that run. As anyone will tell you, 2nd down and 4. Here's Feely's pass, and it's complete, and losing the ball. And they're going to say down by contact was Denario Alexander, as Elam was all over him. And a pickup of 3. So it'll be 3rd down and short coming up. 3rd and about 1.5 yards for the Rams.
If you're A.J. Feely, you got to know you got Brandon Lloyd out there. Brandon Lloyd provides a dimension that these Rams haven't had at the wide receiver position. Speed. He's got speed to run right by these Dallas Cowboy defensive backs. Look at the high tempo right now.
And look at the Cowboys scramble defensively. Multiple tight ends. Here's Jackson going forward. Will get the 1st down and carries the pile to midfield. James was on him all the way, but a 5-yard pickup for Steven Jackson. First down, St. Louis.
Well, this is why you got to continue to run a guy like Steven Jackson. He's going to find the hole. Jay Ratliff in the backfield. He eludes him, gets by the arm tackle of Anthony Spencer. Big first down for Steven Jackson.
A lot of people say, why you're running, he's not gaining anything. You have to continue to show it.
Absolutely, and that will open up Brandon Lloyd and these Rams receivers outside.
Cadillac Williams has come in the game. He comes in as the leading rusher for the Rams. First down in midfield, and the quick screen to Williams. Cadillac Williams will pick up another first down, gets hit hard, loses the ball, and the Cowboys may have recovered it. Dallas recovers the fumble, and it was Elam, the strong safety, who forced it. Cadillac Williams coughs it up, and the recovery by Elam as well, and the Cowboys will get it back.
Well, that's all on Abe Elam. He's going to knock the ball out and recover it himself. The Rams have a little rhythm. Abram Elam puts a stop to it. Out of bounds after he forces the fumble, but then he reestablishes himself back in the field of play, which allows him to go ahead and recover the play. So Cowboys ball, great play by Abram Elam.
And a good no challenge that time, because the Rams would have lost it, had only one left, and been charged with a timeout. So Elam reestablishes himself and recovers the fumble. We'll take another break. Cowboys leading 7-0. DeMarco Murray, the running back. He ran 91 yards for the score. And here's Romo going outside. Pass caught by Witten. And the tight end gets a few extra yards into Ram territory to the 44. Justin King on the tackle, a pickup of 18.
Now that's just a pitch and catch for Tony Romo and Jason Witten. These guys are so in sync. I've played against Jason Witten a number of times in my playing days, and he's a guy that you watch on film and say, all right, he can't run. And then you play him and he's separating from you. Well, he's not that strong. Well, yeah, he's strong. He does it all at the tight end position. As productive as a player as there is in this league at that position. Outstanding player.
That's Jason Witten of the Cowboys at the end of the first quarter. Cowboys lead the Rams 7-0. And we're back here in Dallas, start of the second quarter. And a first down at the 44 of the Rams for the Cowboys. Tony Romo getting rushed, and down he goes. And a big loss on the play. And that was James Hall, a loss of 11. First sack of the game for the Rams.
James Hall working right here on Doug Free. Doug Free has struggled this season. James Hall, 10.5 sacks last year. Gets after Tony Romo. Great play by James Hall, bringing down Tony Romo.
And that knocks the Cowboys out of St. Louis territory. Bring up second down and 21, back on the Cowboy 45. Here's Romo stepping up with time, and the pass complete to Des Bryant. And Bryant gets all of it back and more. And Bryant is out of bounds, close to the 20-yard line, and a big play of 34 yards. And a big play to Des Bryant and a first down for Dallas.
Well, the St. Louis Rams were certainly aware of Des Bryant and all that he brings to the table. And what he does is everything. Size, speed. Des Bryant's going to run the dig route, the in-breaking route. But when he catches the ball, it's not over. This guy's like Brandon Marshall out in Miami with his strength and size, speed. Outstanding football player. They're happy to have him and healthy for the Dallas Cowboys.
So now the Cowboys on the Rams 21. And here's Romo wide open up the middle. And the pass caught by Lalonde Robinson. And they get inside the 5-yard line where Al Harris, the veteran, makes the tackle. A 17-yard gain. So they knock Romo back, and then he comes back and burns him with 2 big plays.
Got a little rhythm, and that's what Tony Romo can do as well as anybody in this league. Get yards and chunks. He's got his full complement of receivers back. This is a highly explosive offense when they're all healthy, and today they are all healthy.
Well, we've got a guest we want to bring in, but the Cowboys are not going to let us do it yet. No, it's the first down and goal at the 4. fade. And a good defensive play. It was Des Bryant, but Al Harris played him well. So it'll be second down and goal at the 4. The Cowboys leading 7-0 early in this second quarter.
Well, and that's what Cowboy fans have been clamoring for down in the red zone. Des Bryant with the size that I talked about, those one-on-one matchups, they got it right there, but a great play by Al Harris. There you see that the Rams coming in with the lowest touchdown percentage in the red zone. Second and goal at the 4. Murray is the running back. Here's Murray, and he gets down to about the 1, and Laurinaitis wouldn't let him get in. That'll bring up third and goal. Well, the Rams the lowest percentage in the league offensively, but the Cowboys right behind them at the second worst red zone offense in the league. And a lot of that stems from their inability to run the football down there. You don't get the one-on-one matchups because everyone says if they're not going to run it, we'll keep people back on the receivers. Cowboys picked up 51 yards on 2 plays, now trying to knock it in. There's a play fake, and the pass wide open into the end zone is Jason Witten for the touchdown, and no one within yards of him. And the Cowboys lead 3-0 as Dan Bailey comes on to make it 14-0. They made it look easy here. Tony Romo, these are some of the subtleties. The quick pump that frees up Jason Witten. Easy touchdown for Tony Romo. And the extra point is good. 7 plays, 62 yards, 14-0. Well, Tony Romo's roller coaster ride continues. Gets the sack on first down, but then comes back with the big plays. Outstanding job by Tony Romo. Jason Witten, touchdown Cowboys.
With that great Pilsner taste. By Sprint. All football, no limits. Only from Sprint. And by Cadillac.
Dallas Cowboys have jumped in front of the St. Louis Rams 14-0. Still early in the second quarter, Jason Witten with the touchdown reception from Tony Romo, who attacked with a vengeance after that sack. And now Bailey kicking off to Porter in the end zone. Porter's going to run it out. And Porter gets upended, and his forward progress will be the 15. All right, we can't get to the special guest. He's done a great job in our studio before postseason baseball. There he is getting hit and getting hits. He was a member of a World Championship White Sox team. None other than A.J. Anthony John Pierzynski. We'll call him A.J. though, just because we become very friendly with him. So, A.J., welcome. I know this is the first time you've been at Cowboy Stadium.
This place is amazing. There's no baseball stadium that could even compare. I guess the closest would be Yankee Stadium, but it's not even near the scoreboard. I want to watch the whole game sitting on a recliner.
Well, if it goes long, you may have to go somewhere else. And here is A.J. Feely on first down. And the pass is caught by Brandon Lloyd and picks up about 7 yards. We've had 2 nail biters and then an explosion.
Well, an explosion by Albert Pujols. 3 homers, 6 RBIs, 5 hits. That's a World Series, 7-game series in 1 game for that guy. And he obviously took the inside track to the MVP last night. Gave the Cardinals a huge lift in Game 3, especially with the pitching and the way the pitching was destroyed for the Texas Rangers. So tonight's a must-win for Texas, and it's pretty cool though. You have St. Louis versus Texas on football and baseball at the same time.
This is a rarity to say the least. Second down and short. And Steven Jackson. And anytime you're in this kind of company, 3 homers in a World Series game. Babe Ruth did it twice. Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, and Albert Pujols last night.
And A.J., all Albert was doing was listening to you, right? You called on him in the pregame show, and he answered, right?
Before the game yesterday, we said that Albert needed to step up because he hadn't done anything in the series. All he did was went out and showed me.
Third down and 3, and flags down. We've already seen the Cowboys jump off sides, and let's see whether the Rams were able to do that again.
Encroachment, number 90, defense, 5-yard penalty, which will result in a first down.
It's on Ratliff, and it's a first down for the Rams.
Now, and this has been a problem for the Rams. Ratliff right here is going to jump off sides for the Cowboys. Excuse me, the 10th most penalized team in the league coming into today's game. Now you see guys, AJ, draw them off under the center, but usually not a hard count from the shotgun.
I never saw you do that. I grew up a Bucks fan, so I never saw you do that when you were with the Bucks for all those years.
Hard-hitting, strong safety, we call him. There is the slant. And the pass is caught by Brandon Lloyd for a pickup of 4. This was Pujols last night, AJ.
It's amazing. Every pitch is away. The one he hit off Ogando, the first one, is the farthest ball that has ever been hit into the ballpark in Arlington, off the back wall. I had friends texting me saying, I can't believe a ball went that far. Even I know it's a bandbox, but still. But that's why he's the best hitter in baseball, and that's why he's going to get a few dollars here in the offseason.
A couple. That's where we'll be later on Fox. Game 4 of the World Series. Meanwhile, second down and 6. Play action pass, and the pass caught by Manawani, and the pass is complete, and Spencer making the tackle, and a gain of 16 yards. Where do you see the series going from here?
It's a must win. I said this earlier. It's a must win for Texas tonight. With the way they got beat last night, and with the way Derek Holland has pitched in the postseason, they have got to find a way to win this game tonight. Their bullpen was ravaged last night. We had the fact they all had to pitch. They all threw a lot of pitches. So they're in a situation with this game. They go down 3-1 with Chris Carpenter pitching tomorrow. They're in serious trouble.
First down after the 16-yard pickup to the 47 of the Rams. Down by 2 touchdowns. Feely's pass is incomplete, intended for Brandon Lloyd, who was acquired this week in the trade with the Denver Broncos.
So AJ, go ahead and analyze this. You're a defensive player, a catcher. Watch Alan Ball out there, the cornerback. Go ahead.
Well, it looks like he tried to get great break coming back here, but it wasn't a very good throw either. So but I want one of these telestrator things. You guys got all the toys in football. We don't get any of this fun stuff in the baseball broadcast.
Don't be envious.
Well, the other,
I mean, between this and the guys spread you guys have back here, it's unbelievable.
Not bad. Sushi in the box. They take great care of us here.
All right, you want to switch sports, in other words, right?
I don't want to get hit though.
Second down and 10 from the 47. Here's a quick out to Lloyd. Lloyd dives, will be shy by about 3 yards. And the tackle by Alan Ball.
AJ, I want to ask you a question. I know from doing some research, Florida guy, big fan of Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow in his first start goes and gets a comeback win down in Miami today.
Unbelievable. I got a million, we were talking about texts earlier. I got a million texts from people saying, you got to see what Tebow's doing. Meanwhile, I'm on the sidelines at Cowboys Stadium. So I'm happy for Tim. I've met him a few times and talked to him. And he just seems to find a way to get it done. It's not pretty. It's not always the most beautiful thing to watch, but he finds a way to get it done.
So does Steven Jackson. He finds a way to get it done. And Jackson gets inside the 5-yard line. Terrence Newman makes the stop. He picks up 40.
Well, AJ, this is the Rams version of Albert Pujols. He can hit the home run. Steven Jackson follows Jacob Bell. This guy's got the size, speed, strength. How'd you like to see him coming from around third to home base?
He's like Adam Dunn on our team, a former football player. I wouldn't want to see him come, but I'm happy, though. He is on my fantasy team, so I need him to do that about 5 more times between him and DeMarco Murray. But the way he lowers his shoulder, I would not want to be a D-back sitting back there taking that.
First and goal at the 6. Here's Jackson. Jackson is going to score the touchdown, and the Rams come back. A 6-yard score, and for Steven Jackson, only his second touchdown of the season. His first came in the opening game, 47 yards, and then he got hurt.
And we showed how effective the Cowboys were early in stopping Steven Jackson, but you got to keep running the guy, and Billy Badgema helps him out with a big block. You give Steven Jackson that much room, that's trouble for your defense. Great drive by A.J. Feely, Steven Jackson, and these Rams offense.
Josh Brown with the extra point, and the first rushing touchdown since Jackson did it in game 1. A.J., it's been a blast having you.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. John, like I said, I was at the 02 Super Bowl, so I always have a special place for me.
Big fan of yours as well.
Well, thanks
for being here, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Nice execution by Steven Jackson. Denario Alexander with a big block. Good job by the St. Louis Rams getting themselves back in this football game.
Kicking off to Kevin Ogletree, and we'll down it in the end zone for a touchback. Steven Jackson, 47-yard touchdown opening day, got hurt, comes back and scores one here to cut the lead to 7.
Today's game is sponsored by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
Back here in Arlington, Texas, the Cowboys lead cut to 14-7. First down at the 20 for Tony Romo as DeMarco Murray has his setback. Romo's pass and knocked away. Flag goes down. Intended for Miles Austin. Covered downfield by Justin King and Darian Stewart.
They're going to get the pass interference on Justin King rather than the hit on Darian Stewart is what the early indication is.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Pass interference, offense number 19. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, blow to the head on the defense. Those fouls will offset. Replay first down.
Well, actually, they got both of them, and I think they got it right there.
Offsetting penalties. There's Darian Stewart. So it will be 1st and 10 once again from the 20. Dallas took the lead. DeMarco Murray's 91-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Romo hit Witten from a yard out, and then Jackson ran for 6 to cut the lead to 14-7. There's Murray on a delay and picks up 3 yards with Chamberlain making the tackle. Let's go out to L.A. Kurt Menefee in a game break.
The Pittsburgh Steelers on the road against Arizona, and here's something that is a record for even the Steelers. Longest touchdown pass in franchise history. Mike Wallace, 95 yards from Ben Roethlisberger, 14-0. Dick?
All right, Kurt, so we had a long pass, a record for the Steelers, and we had the second longest run by the Cowboys here when Murray ran 91 yards for the score. Play fake to Murray, and the pass to Jason Witten. And Witten fights his way for the first down. Great alert play by the tight end. Gets beyond the 30. Brian Keel ultimately makes the play, and they move the chains.
This is where Witten's such an outstanding football player. Simple boot pass. A lot of tight ends get tackled. Not Jason Witten. He's going to fight for the first down, get the extra yards. He does the little things so well. One of the great football players in this league, Jason Witten.
Off the no huddle. And Murray is knocked back for a loss of 2.5 by Justin King. Came along from the cornerback position.
We're starting to see a little more of the defense that's characteristic of Steve Spagnuolo. He's been hesitant to really blitz the opposing team. Green Bay last week because he doesn't have the corners. There are 3 starting corners to start the year. They're all on injured reserve with different injuries. But Steve Spagnuolo felt this week, we got to get back to who we are. We're starting to see that pressure heat up.
Second down and 14. Handed off to Murray. And Murray gets a lot of that yardage back out to the 36. Justin King again making the tackle and a pickup of 9 yards. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 5 for the Cowboys, and Tashard Choice comes in and replaces the rookie DeMarco Murray.
We've got the no huddle, what they call the red ball offense. Tony Romo loves this. He said he likes the rhythm that it helps establish. He thinks it helps the run game a lot.
Third down and 5. And the pass incomplete. Cowboys yelling for a flag. LaRon Robinson was the intended receiver, so a good defensive stop that time by the Rams. And the Cowboys will kick it away with 5:18 to go in the first half.
Just a misfire by Tony Romo. LaRon Robinson had some separation, just missed on the throw.
So Matt McBriar back to kick, and Austin Pettis looking from Boise State. back at the 15. Great kick by McBriar sends Pettis inside the 5. Pettis is hemmed in, and down he goes. So on top of the great punt of 60 yards, good coverage by the Cowboys. And there is Steven Jackson, who has come alive as a rusher, encouraging the Rams.